Hello and welcome to our second part of our demonstration of the IT Consulting Toolbox. I actually went ahead and fixed the errors that I was actually finding during the initial walkthrough. So now what I'm doing is going back over and giving you an update of the product with the finished results. I spent a lot of time making the updates to this so you all can see the live updates actually working. Um, I've been actually working on this the last couple of days to make sure the updates were working properly. So you are in for a treat if you are looking to see how the IT Consultant Toolbox actually works in real life, and also just to get the information out there. I'm actually looking to do like a one-time, like a one-time licensing option where you license the product for the current version of the product where you can actually use it with like a limited amount of users for like internal use and or a controlled client delivery rights. So you can just use it in that sense. You'll get assistive AI only human review required features with an audit log and approval gate that's enforced, and things of that nature. So I'm looking to do that. However, it's not something that's implemented right now, but what I'm going to show you is what we do have implemented. I know the last time we had an issue with the document analysis. Well, I think it was the document engine and the analysis engine. So I will start there first so you all can see how it actually works. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do a general document analysis, and and then what we're going to do is just pick up right there, and then I will go over the features that I was actually going that I went over in the other video, but since I made the updates, I want to just go back and circle back and show you all the updates that has been added since then. So that way you get to see the product actually working and not with all these errors that was coming up during the last time that I tried to do the walkthrough. Hopefully we don't have any errors now. However, I can't promise you anything. You know how technology is. It does what it wants to do when it wants to do it. But what I'm about to do is I'm about to show you the document analysis engine. So let's start off with the document analysis engine, and then I will show you how it works. So you're going to upload a document right now. I'm just going to do a plain text document. So give me a second. I'm going to actually move a plain text document to my desktop, and then I'm going to try to get to it. So give me a moment. I'm going to pause the screen sharing for a second. All right. All right. All right, so I'm going to resume the screen share. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the document analysis. All right, so you should see it uploaded. So it says it successfully uploaded it. And then now it's going to go ahead and analyze the actual document. And then when you click the analyze document, you're going to see what happens. Also, while we're getting ready to do that, these are some tests that I actually done earlier this is where, whenever you save your documents, this is where it comes to. Now, I might move like where this is actually located, but for right now, it's on the document page, right where the document analysis engine is located. So we're going to do the analyze document feature. Now, what it's supposed to do is put it into a government memo, 1 to 2 page formal memo structure, but we'll see how it comes out after it's done. And then as you can see, it supports the PDF, Word, TXT. Okay, so here is the document that was just created. And this is where you go in to do like the approval. Since it's human assisted, in order for you to do an export or a download, you do have to approve it. So here is what it looks like once it's done. So this is a TXT file. Okay. Okay. This is the document that I actually used was earlier when I was working on this. I actually did a like an AI governance. I ran the AI governance tool to get like the report on it. So this is actually analyzing the report. It's doing some compliance checks, some regulatory checks, and like different terms. So as you can see, it is giving some key findings on the platform. I'm not going to read all of this information. I just want to show you that it actually works. So this is the key findings tab, which gives you key findings, or the findings tab, it gives you key findings, recommendations, and next steps. Um, mm, okay. And then it gives you some risk on this. So for example, this is giving you like the risk of what could be the potential risk of the actual, because what I analyze is the IT consulting toolbox itself. So just to for complete transparency. So it's giving you what type of risk are involved. I'm not going to read through them all, but you can see them there on the screen. And then it'll say what is missing. Okay, specific. Okay, okay, okay. So it's giving some good information actually. So also it's giving you some obligations and things that are good to go. So if you are okay with this document, this just notice it does have high risk on here as well. But if you're okay with this document, you can approve it and then export it. But give me a second because I think I have to make sure that this approval button is working on this page because I did not check that earlier. But hold on, I may not be able to approve it. Should be able to prove it. Wait a second. No, okay, give me a second. What I'm gonna do is put in the fix really quick for this. So the analysis results tab is where I have to put in a fix really quick. All right, so that with that being said, I'm going to do the fix for that, but I'm going to come back to the actual feature. We're going to go to look at the next feature. So one moment. Let me share my screen again. All right, so once I go to the next feature, the document analysis, so you can see that it does generate an analysis for that. I just have to update the approval button on the analysis results page. And then, okay, so the next thing we're going to get into is the features regarding the tools for the cyber compliance tools. So we will start here. All right, so I get a bunch of spam emails all the time, and what I actually have been doing is running it through here to see if it shows that it's spam or not. And they're actually coming up that it's a high risk of spam. So I can try to use an example. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull up something. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do the one that the example of the one that I shared on social media earlier, and it's going to do a check on it. So that'll be the one that I will do. If you want to see it, you can just go visit my social media page. And with that being said, I am going to find it if it hasn't deleted already. Mhm. 'Cause I know I have this set to delete for a certain amount of time. It may have deleted. Oh no, it's not. It's right here. All right, so we're gonna use this exact email. And all right. So I'm gonna place all of this information in here and then I'm gonna share my screen. And I'm gonna leave out the email that identifies whoever sends this spam email to me. Um, but I'm going to put in the other stuff. So give me a second to do that. I'm not actually clicking on these links. So if you can tell, I copied something else that does not allow for me to click on the link so that it doesn't click me on it. And then, oh, the subject. Um, all right, so here's the subject. Okay, let me share my screen. Email. Okay, so let me share my screen. I know you guys are probably wondering, what am I doing? All right, before I share it, I'm gonna update this feature. Hopefully it did update. There it is. And then we're gonna show you that, and then we'll go back to the other one. All right, let's do that. All right, there we go. All right, so let me share my screen. Windows. Here we go. Okay, so here is the email that I got for phishing about a resume that was approved. You can see it on my social media if you want. And then as you can notice, there is like a would you like to restore your previous message that comes up here if they find a draft. I'm going to dismiss that because I don't want to restore a previous message. And then I'm going to run this to analyze if this is a scam or not. And just notice what it does. Did it refresh? Hold on. I think it refreshed because I made the page bigger. Now this time I am going to restore it because I accidentally removed everything. Okay, here we go. And then I'm going to analyze it. But I put that to restore because it does a lot of okay, so because it does refresh a lot, so I put that restore feature on there. So if you ever have it refresh, it'll pop up if you want to restore it. But if you can see, analyzes the actual scam detection, and it so tells you it's in high risk of a scam detection, and gives you all the recommendations of what not to do. It gives you a legal note, and then it does have our human review required. As you can notice, we have a debug panel that's in this as well, in case you have any issues. But this feature is our scam finder feature. So you can save the document and then you can either open it in documents here that pops up, or you can approve it from here if you think it's okay. If you think it's okay, you can approve it from here. But if you need to go back to documents, if that pop-up closes, you just need to go back to your dashboard to get there. But I'm going to approve it from here. And then if you want to export it, you can export it from here and it'll export and it'll show you. I think I exported because right now it's just exporting it as a TXT file. So you have little to no extra work to do, if that makes sense. And then I will try to share what it looks like after it's exported. I will like add other ways that you can export it, but for now it's just doing a TXT file. Okay. So here's the TXT file that it exported. And as you can see, it has the scam analysis report when it was generated, the channel, the risk level, and recommendation summary and legal notes at the end. But that is pretty much how that feature works for the scam finders. Now let's go back to uh, let's go back to uh, let's go back to the document analysis and see if it fixed it. So document, I'm gonna choose the file. All right, where is my Zoom? And I do need to share the screen. All right, so it's back sharing. And then we do need to show you this. I want to do that. We'll see if the fix worked or not. All right. And after that, we do the analyze document. It does its analyzing. All right, let me get I think this is the last one I put up here. What time is? Yeah. Okay, so you see that it added in the approval analysis feature. So it tells you by approving this analysis, you confirm that you have reviewed all findings and accept responsibility for the accuracy. So since we did not review it, let me review it first. Okay. Okay, so here it is. and it shows you the risks, it shows you what's missing, and then the obligations. And then now that we have reviewed it, we can type in here that we can reviewed. All right, and then we can confirm the approval. And as you can see, it put the notes on here that we approved it, and then now you can export it. So right now everything's exporting as TXT, but I can change the formats at any time. I just haven't changed any formats, but as you can see, it's working, and I can show you the download. All right, so I'm going to share the download real quick. All right, there it is. And so here is the memorandum. The So when it downloads it, since I chose the government way of it being downloaded, it's supposed to put it in the government format. And then with the government format, if you can notice on here that it shows the purpose, background, scope, summary of findings, risk impact, recommendations, next steps, and assumptions. All right, so that just shows you that it does print out and it does create what it was looking for. So let me stop sharing on this and then we'll move on to the next feature. All right, so the next feature, let me share my screen. All right, so the next feature is going to be the GovReady feature. So for the sake of time, I'm just going to put in some scenarios, and that way we could just see what the scenario actually gives us. I'm going to close this and I need to open this. No, right. All right. What I'm trying to do is put up a scenario for you all. And I think I'm gonna do, it's just taking a minute for this to load. Since it's taking a minute, I'm just going to open a new page. All right, so we're in the Gov Ready section. So what I'm gonna do is put in a scenario. This is an AI assisted compliance readiness tool. All right. So what we're gonna do is try to put one screen on one side and then the other screen on the other side. So I can do this side by side. So here we go. Um, this is a fake example. So it is not a representative of anyone's business. It's for example purposes, just FYI. And I'm putting in the information. Business type. Hold on. System. All right, I'm gonna change this. All right, so once you have all this information in, and if you have, all right, I'm not putting in anything additional, so I'm going to generate the readiness report, and it's going to generate, it should generate it down here. And again, this is the GovReady tool. That's the AI Assistant Compliance Readiness tool. Okay, so here we go. What it does is it gives us the framework that it's talking about. It gives us a summary, the focus areas, the identified gaps, documented policies and procedures, evidence mapping, human review process, and next steps. So now we want to go to your saved documents. I think this is pretty cool. This time we'll actually open the documents page because we didn't the last time, but this is where your saved documents go. All right, so let's go to, I think it's right here. So I'm gonna have to make this window bigger because it doesn't allow me to scroll properly. So here is where you see this document that we just uh, approved. And then you can see all the information that I just kind of briefly went over there is listed here. Now, this particular way does not put it in a like a formatted government format approach. It's just really the document that it's generated here. If you want to change it to a documented like government format or something, that's where you have to use that document analysis engine. But since we're not going to do that, we're just going to approve it from here. And then once it's approved, it'll show up approved here. And then you could either view it again or you can download it. And then we're going to download it and it should open as a TXT. Again, we just have this as a TXT files are just what we have now. We can always change the formats of what we want them to download as. That's just not a problem. It's just what I have available right now. So then I'll show you that it downloaded. It's this one. I think that was it. Yeah, was it? Was it this one? Yep, that was it. Hold on. Actually, that was not it. That's the other one. This is the one I'm trying to share. It was sharing another document, but this is the one I was trying to share. It was just another TXT file that we did earlier in our example, but this is the actual one. So I'm gonna, that pretty much shows you what it prints out for you. So we'll stop sharing that and then we'll move on to the next tool. So the next one is the SBOM audit tracker, which is an AI-powered software bill of material security analysis. We're going to do, we're gonna let's use this same, let's use this, that I used earlier. So that's going to save us a lot of time. So earlier I did the Consult Flow AI workflow platform that I have, that I'm working on developing right now. And then I did an analysis of this, and we're going to run it. So I put like 7 components in here, as you can see, and then the project name, and then the audit results should like pop up here. All right. I just got some good news. I won't say what it is on here, but all right. So, as you can see, well, it's not sharing, so you can't see it. Let me share it because I wasn't even sharing, but I'm glad that, here we go. I'm so sorry, but what happened here, this is pretty cool though. It is pretty much, so what I did was earlier I was testing this out. So what I did was I put in the project name. I'll rerun it again just so you can see it, and some components. And I clicked the analyze SBOM. And this, we have a little debug panel, but that doesn't apply for this scenario. So what it does is it gives us an like an audit result of this information. Okay. Budget shows several high and medium risk or high and medium risk. Okay. All right. So this is, it shows what findings are that need to be processed. And that, just guys, these are not real findings because I haven't even put in a payment processing feature in that Consult Flow AI system because I'm still building it out. I don't even have a these versions are examples of what they found because I'm like, this is not true information, just FYI, it's for the sake of this demo. But what they found was um, detection, high severity findings. I'm not going to go through all of them. They found some flags, and then they have medium severity, and then they list them and they tell you exactly what you need to do to fix it. And then they give you a recommendation summary of what to do to resolve it, and then also a human review required. That's where you save your document. But this is really great information for security analysis when you're doing like an audit on your software bill of materials and security analysis. So it tells you what risks are involved, what recommendations, what the findings are, what's medium, what's low, and so on and so forth. So we're going to go ahead and save this document. So let's just say we decide that this is good to go. We're going to go ahead and approve it, and then you can export it. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna share it. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right screen this time. Because last time I shared an older example. Um, there we go. All right, so this time, it gives you all the information that you saw on the screen and it listed in this particular order and it gives you a disclaimer. Um, so perfect. This is awesome. So all I really need to do is implement where you can download a document, or you just don't forget you can still copy and paste this to a document. So if you wanted to just copy and paste this, I can show you an example of that too. Let me just show you. So you don't necessarily have to have a you don't necessarily have to have a document processor in here. You have Google Drive or something. You can do you can paste your document in there, but I'm going to show you really quickly just for purposes of showing you that this can be done if you don't. If I haven't implemented in here, it's not a huge issue because you can just copy it and paste it into a it's going to be a document that I'll show you on. All right. So I'm just going to show you like it first for the sake of like you if you decide to trial this for however long, when you do trial it, if you only get the TXT files, not a big deal. What you do is you pretty much use the Google Drive and you can paste the information in here. I'm about to show you though. I'm just trying to get this information to pop up. All right. So one, it's available, but I just need to be able to show you on the screen. Okay. Of course, it's taking a minute for me to try to open this document up. Okay, while it's doing that, let me just move to the next tool. I will show you though on the next one. Anyway, let's move to the next one because it's my computer is moving slow. So for this one, this is the one we just did. Let me see if it has the more tools. All right, this is the one we just did, but I'm about to go to the next one, which is incident response. Let me go to this next one because it's taking a minute for me to get the other thing up that I was trying to show you guys. But I want to move on so I don't be on here long. All right. So the next one is the response planner, and we're going to do an example for this one. And this is not going to be real information. It's just for the sake of the demonstration to show you how this works. But it's definitely saves you on time. And I've been doing all kinds of other stuff. And how long have we been on this call? Let me see. I don't know. I don't see the time frame on here. But we haven't even been on here that long. But I've done the demonstration of one, two, three tools, I believe. So three or four. And that just shows you the amount of time that it can save you when you're doing this stuff with the IT consultant toolbox. So just imagine if you had some things that needed to be done and you wanted to save time in doing it. Like, let's say you just had to do the research first. So you can do all the research, but by the time you are done with doing the research and you need to create your final document, that's where this tool comes in, the IT consultant toolbox. That's where this comes in handy because you simply do your research. Once you do your research, you pretty much have your document created in no time. So we're going to do, so okay, this one found a previous draft. So let's do a previous draft for the sake of time. Let's restore it. Okay, you know what? It just recognized the one we're working on. So we'll finish putting it on here. Affected system. All right. Okay, so we're putting in affected systems. We're going to put in the key contact information, constraint and special considerations. We're going to do, all right, so here we go. Let's run it. Let's see what the incident response planner, which is the NIST 800-61 compliant response plans with our human approval assistant or assistive only technology. Let's see what it comes up with. So we're going to generate the plan. So I have it half screen, so that's why you see the response plan at the bottom instead of to the right. So when you make the page smaller, that's how it's designed to make it show up at the bottom instead of to the right. But you'll see what comes up next. So let's go. Okay, so it's already done. So let's say you've done all your research. Now you have your response plan. It gives you the NIST 861 compliance incident response plan. It gives you your preparation. It gives you your detection analysis. It gives you your containment. It gives you your eradication, recovery, the post-incident review. Let's say if you are good with this, let's go ahead and save the document. And we're gonna open it in the Documents tab. All right, we're gonna try to open. So a lot of this I've been testing in here. That's why you see so many documents on here. All right, so we're gonna view it and it shows you exact same information here. And then let's say we're good with this. We're gonna approve it and then we're going to download it. All right, so next, let me see if this other page is ready for me to show you what I've been trying to show you. Okay. Yep, I can do it. So this time I'm going to show you how you can easily put this in a Word document. So that download it. I'm going to stop sharing. Download it, TXT. All right, so I'm going to show you it in TXT format. And then I'm going to show you how you can just copy and paste this into Google Drive and make your Word document. Uh, Share. No, 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 right there. Okay. So this is what it, oh, I didn't brought up the wrong thing. So I'm looking at my screen, something else. Let me close that. The document that I'm sharing is this one. Okay. All right. So you see that it created the document in a TXT file. So you see it in the TXT file. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to show you how you can just paste this in Word and create a document out of it. So stop sharing. And then I'm gonna share this. Share. There you go. All right. So this is it pasted into a Word document. So you can format it, you can keep it like this. Whatever you want to do, it's in this formatted thing. So we're gonna call it incident response plan, da 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 da, and incident type, this one. All right, so all right, so there you have it. So if you want to download this as a PDF, Word, anything else, you can do that here. So it's not technically required for you to have a way to get PDFs or whatever formats there that are here. You can literally paste it in Google Drive for your documents, even though we just only have the TXT for now. But we can update that later, but we just haven't at this time. So now let's move on to the next tool. So far, we've gone through the document analysis engine, scam finders, GovReady, SBOM audit, and the incident response. See how quickly we're getting through this? And this is just on one demonstration. So the last one we have is the AI Governance Hub, which is an AI assisted responsible AI assessment aligned with the NIST AIRMF. So this one, what we're going to do is we're going to do an analysis on a tool, and we're going to get whatever the governance analysis is. So that's the next thing. So I'm going to stop sharing, and we're going to get to that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do the next example. And I'm ready to show you what this is going to show you. So this one we're going to do, all right, let's do this. So the example we're going to do is an AI-assisted compliance readiness analyzer. So the use case is for to support compliance and risk teams by reviewing internal documentation, policies, and system document or descriptions to identify potential gaps against selected governance frameworks. And it gives you the example of that. And I'm going to put all of that in here. And then you have to put how you plan on using the tool in this use case. And then the document types involved. I'm sorry, the data types involved. And you definitely have to know what type of data types are involved. So this is definitely something you want to understand what is needed. So for this one, we're going to go ahead and generate the AI governance report. And since we have it half screen, it's probably going to show up on your bottom of the screen, but if it's full screen, it shows up on the right. So I can make this bigger just to show you, well, it might refresh, but I'll still show you. See how it refreshed when I open the page, which is just a feature that is, excuse me, restore. Restore, we can just restore it and then we can run it again. And then this is just if you come into any issues, if it's refreshing, that's why we put that feature in there. So once this is done, instead of it showing up at the bottom, it shows up on the right. Now you see the governance assessment, which is the NIST AIRF RMF align evaluation. It gives you an executive summary. So you read through this, you determine what the identify risks are, if that's accurate, the recommendations for mitigation, and then the policy recommendations. And then let me see. This is sharing. This doesn't look like it's sharing, but let me show you. All right, it was not sharing, so I'm going to share it now. Close some of this stuff too. There's so much stuff I got open that it's using instead. Quit all of this. Stop. Right, there we go. All right, I have to make this bigger. So we're going to restore this and we're going to generate it again. I was closing some of these windows, but pretty much I'm not going to go through the information again. I'm just going to save the document and then we've already reviewed it and said what it was. Just again, executive summary, the governance assessment, the recommendation or recommended mitigations, the policy recommendations, and then we're going to approve it. And then we're going to export it. All right, so now that it's done exporting, And then you can do the same with this template. It's exporting it as a TXT. I'm gonna share that. Okay, so it exports it as a TXT. And then if you want, you can put it in a document. And then I'm going to show you that next. I'm trying to go quickly because I know I've been on here a while. All right, so I think, all right, so then here it is, pasted in here. And then this is an assessment report, copy, and then you can name it as this. All right, and then you can format this however you would like it to be formatted. And then I will stop sharing. So I think for the most part, I'm trying to see, was there any other tools we wanted to demonstrate? Because I was trying to get through all the cyber tools that aired out on us with my last demonstration. But I think I was able to get through most of whatever. Let me double check to see what else I needed to go through. All right, let me see because let me see if this other schedule thing fixed or worked itself out because this is just the income scheduler where you can configure platforms. And I know last time it wasn't configuring it properly. So I have some test platforms in here, test A, test C, and then it shows the break schedule, lunch schedule. This is if you're doing the platforms and you wanted to initiate like what I call it is like it is a income scheduler, and then you could visualize your most profitable days and things of that nature. And then we're going to generate a 6 hour, well, an 8 hour schedule for the 16th. Let's say we start at 10 a.m., 8 hours, generate schedule. So what this is designed to do is designed to put the platforms in here, and it breaks it down by how much you would earn and things of that nature based on the amount that the platform pays and whatever pay structure it is. And then it shows you your schedule, your day schedule, and things of that nature. You can open this up in a full schedule format. It shows you your schedule, and then it shows you like how much you can earn. And then you can export this to your calendar if you want to. It's up to you. And then you can delete this if you want. You can modify your lunchtime, your breaks, and you can add more platforms. Wanted to add another platform. Let's do test D. And then this is just to show you how to add a platform. And let's say $50 an hour. This the lower if you prefer it over the other ones. Let's just say we don't prefer it over the other ones. And we click create. It's another $50 an hour gig. Let's see if we can change the rate. We want to change the rate. Let's change it to $60 an hour. All right. And then let's see if we can go back and do another day. Let's say the 17th. And let's say, let's start at 10 again. Let's see what it does. Okay, so it adds the other platform in there. It tells you how much you can earn in that amount of time, the day schedule, and things of that nature. But this is what this is pretty much if you're trying to stay on track and track your income and whatever schedule to see how much you may be able to earn this week, this is how you can do it with the income scheduler in your consulting business. All right, what else can we just share? Because I think the last time I tried to share that it didn't work properly, but it worked this time. Um, what else? I want to get in most of these features because I know analytics. Okay, this is an analytics board. Right now, it just shows deliverables over time, tool usage by category, project status distribution. So this particular feature, I have to make it active, even though you see the analytics dashboard here, I have to put in a request for it to start actively tracking it based on your information in here. But this is how it's set up. And it's like a dashboard where you can show what is going on there. It's it's just the initial one that I started off with. I haven't made no any updates to this since I started building this. So it's like the first iteration of it. This is where you put your schedule link in here for your clients. Um, you can select your booking platform. You can choose other if your booking platform isn't listed there, and you save it and it puts it on your client's dashboard. I think we showed proposals in the first one. Trying to see if there's anything that we did not show. Okay, I'll show you how this opens up in this way as well. Since these are tools, it opens up as a tool whenever you click on it. That's how it's supposed to open. So if you want to go back to the dashboard, you click on that. Shows your projects, how you can add new projects. See, you can put your project name, client names, what type of workflow. Is it an AI workflow? Is it a manual workflow? Um, Performance Plus is the only thing I won't be able to demonstrate the time credits part of this. Let me see. Because you actually literally have to have time credits on here. And it opens up a pop-up window for you to add time credits on here. And that means that you're putting time credits on here for whoever's doing your projects or working on your tasks for them to be able to track the task. So it's not a free feature. It does require you to put time credits on here. So if you're going to be having them track the task, let me see if I can create one. So I have to create it without time so it doesn't try to pull from time bucket because there's no time on here. Let's just say let's just say we're analyzing a scam email, scam finder email analysis. And you want to check so it's like so I guess it would be AI workflow, and you want rush delivery. And then if you delegate it to your team or not, and then you can create the task. But you can't create it when you don't have time credits. But I'm trying to create it where you don't have to have the time credit. I think it's turn this off. Yep. So you have to turn off the delegate to team for it to for you not to have the time credits. And when you do delegate it to a team, you do have to have time credits. So when it's yourself doing it, you don't have to have time credits. You can just put your flow in here. I do need to expand on this feature a little bit, but especially when you're doing it yourself. But for others, it literally tracks the time that they're working on it. And you're getting time credits so that they're being productive with their time because you're paying for the time that they're spending working on it. So if you know that they're spending too much time on your task, then keep in mind you're paying for them to be able to use the platform in this manner for this work. So that's a good way to help people be productive by making sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. So once you have that new task created, we're going to go ahead and hit start work. When you click on start work, it goes to in progress. As you can go, went from new to in progress. Let's say they done the uh time, whatever, the spam finder email analysis. Then after they're done, they submit it to QA. It goes to the QA bucket. Whenever it's approved, they'll approve it just by clicking approve. Let's say they need to send it back. Let's say we'll need more info from email. So we send it back so they can get more info from the email. Then we put it back to QA after they got it. And then let's say we got all the information we needed, click it's approved. Then it goes to the delivered task. Once you click approve, it's delivered. Now, the only thing I can say is that when you are working on this yourself, it's not literally calculating a time for you, but that may be another feature that I can implement. If you're calculating time for yourself, that you can still see the actual time, but when you're delegating it to someone else, that you have to have time credits on there. But that's something I have to think if I'm gonna implement or not. But that's how this particular feature works. So that's how you can help. Like if you have someone working on tasks, this is how you can have them track their time. And then you can see how much time it takes them to complete the work, so on and so forth. But that's the gist of how that works. And then to add time credits, what happens is this opens in another screen to pay for the time credits. So it's pretty much opening up a Square checkout link for you to pay for the time credits. That's exactly what it does in another screen. So that's that. What else? Then we have the referral option, which is going to be implemented soon, where you can refer someone to join the platform. And I believe I have where if you refer someone and they're active for like 30 days, you get a full billing cycle that's free. But I have to make sure that's fully implemented. But I definitely started to put it in there. And then once it's live, then it is what it is. You can get your free month by them staying on the platform for at least 30 days. I think we already went over proposals, documents, tools. I can do a well, if you go to our first video, because I don't want to make this too long, go to our first video. In the first video, we demonstrated our tools for the first part of our demonstration where it shows you like the proposals and things of that nature. For the sake of time, I'm not going to get into all of that, but I wanted to show you a live working system for the other part so that you know that this is a live working system that of course has updates that needs to be done. Also, let me show you this contact us page because I did put an update in there for that too. So let me go to I think it's on our home page. So if you need to contact us, we have a contact us page that it went the last time it was not working, but I'm about to show you that it's working now. So give me one quick moment. So what I did was I made it so when you use it, you're sending in a email. So if you have like a bug report, all right, so I'm about to show you how this is supposed to work. Let me share. All right. So how it's supposed to work is, let me share first. All right, so I went ahead and put some information in there. Let me put this on my screen. So as you can see, I put some information in there and then I click send message. It will open up in my mail application to send an email. Let me stop sharing this screen. As you can see, contact us. You can do whatever types of inquiries, feature requests, partner inquiry, billing subscription, technical support, general information. You can contact us in any of those manners. It'll open up in the mail client. Let me show you. I'm gonna share the screen that it's opening up in. Hold on. All right. So it opens in your mail client and then it has this information in here. And then once you're done, you just send the email. You just send it. And that's it. You click send and it comes to us for the information. Okay. But that is about it for, I think that was all that I needed to redo this demonstration for, because for the most part, that is all. Oh, something I actually just recently added in, which is like a knowledge base section. I'll show you that and then we're good to go for this demonstration. So we added in a, this is not what I'm looking for. Is this it? Okay. So when you're in this, like tools like this, there's a help section that you can go to have like a knowledge base on all the features that's in here. If you ever have a question, I'm going to expand on this. Right now, these are just like placeholders for what features we have, but I'm going to expand on it. But we did start developing our um knowledge base for this. So you'll have a place where you can get information. But that is it for the second part of our IT consulting toolbox tool and the things that you're able to do with it. Audit logs, I don't know if we went through that, but these are the audit logs. So what we've been demonstrating on here, these are showing the audit logs that we've done. So that's definitely a part of our feature. I believe that's all for now. But if I come up with any other things that we're needing to demonstrate to you, I will let you know. But for the most part, this is your second demonstration of the IT Consultant Toolbox. Please check us out. If you are considering getting our service, you can go to our pricing section that is on our home page. You can choose from our personal, implementation, or performance tiers. We do have a 14-day trial, we have a 7-day trial, and we have a 3-day trial. 3-day trial is for personal, 14 days is for implementation, and Performance Plus is a 7-day trial. You do have to read our terms and services and our privacy policy whenever you're signing up here, but yeah, this is pretty much it. If you have any questions, please let us know. Don't hesitate to reach out to us. Use our contact button on our website. If you are interested in partnerships, you can leave us a email through this website and you're all set. But thank you all for tuning in. I hope this message did not go over too long, but I did want to get to you the information for the tools that were not working initially. I had to go in and work a miracle to get them working so I can demonstrate that these are live tools that you can use in your business, whether you are a government business, whether you're a commercial business, whatever you're doing in your business, the IT consultant toolbox is your IT consulting enablement tool. So it helps you run your entire business. So if you missed something from this video, go look at our first video that is available on my YouTube channel, or you can get the link from my newsletter. But until next time, thank you all for tuning in. Leave us some feedback if you have any questions or if you want any type of features implemented, let us know. We'll be more than happy to help. But you all have a great rest of your day, and thank you for watching our demonstration of the IT Consultant Toolbox. Have a great rest of your day.